Good morning, everyone. It is Halloween, October the 31st, 2016, and we're forecast to be in the 80s today, so it's going to be pretty mild weather for us. We did have one day of cooler temperatures yesterday. I think we got into the high 60s, which was nice for a change. I don't think we've had 5 or 6 days of fall-like temperatures to date, so it's pretty interesting. The average temperature for November is supposed to be 50 degrees for this part of the world, and if the weather keeps up like this, we're not even going to get close to that. Not a lot of news out overnight. Over the weekend, the biggest news probably is Germany's retail sales were minus 1.4%. They were looking for a positive number. Japan's housing starts were double what the forecast was. So the news focus moves to the United States with personal income up 0.2, personal spending up 0.5. That'll be the news focus early. Core PCE plus 0.2. That's the way the Fed likes it. Chicago PMI 54.3. The second piece of news that could impact the market. Dallas Fed was last month minus 3.7. So this is your two news focuses: personal spending and Chicago PMI. GE and Baker Hughes merged their operations. Again, when markets go quiet and are sideways in trading ranges, large major companies that have the ability to finance and the markets to buy competitors or shore up their balance sheets or shore up their revenue side of it, do so. And this tends to support the markets in and of itself. People see companies that are valuable that somebody else might buy. They make the inside list for potential merger candidates, and those stocks are taken off the market. The people that own them won't sell them, and that supports the market. So GE and Baker Hughes is the latest mega merger, and this are drilling operations, not General Electric themselves, to hit the tapes. And again, all this supports the market. So I think the easiest trade to see once again is this failure to really get up and get through 28, this level right here. So looks like we're going to trade a little higher. 23.27 will be sell one, leaning against that 24.28 resistance area. 31 to 03, sell two. Consumer spending, personal spending, Chicago PMI will be the news focus on the buy side. 12 to 16, let them get stops below 16 by 1, and then 5 to 9 for buy 2. So we do have some news that can move things, and probably the biggest news or potential for news spikes this week will come from WikiLeaks. We saw on Friday when James Comey, the FBI, reopened their investigation of Hillary, the stock market spiked down. And so the markets will be very cognizant of that. And supposedly this week we're going to get the evidence that makes it impossible for Hillary Clinton to run. Obviously the guys that do WikiLeaks don't know Hillary Clinton. The worse the news is, the more strident she'll become, and the more the propaganda from their side will be stepped up to make sure that she stays in the race. I still think I think Donald Trump said it a long time ago that Hillary has to run for the presidency to stay out of jail, and that's probably been the most accurate characterization of the intensity of her campaigning and politicking. There's a lot of truth to that. Okay, looking at the spill, we've got this little 3-letter up here where, so 24 to 26 right here, we've got rejection above 20. So that 20 to 28 area, 20 to 26 area, 19 to 26 area is where the market has rejected prices before. So our first band of resistance is going to be 16 to 20. 23, 27 will be sell 1. And then 3 to 7 will be sell 2. On the buy side, pretty good support down here, 4 to 8, just kind of right in the middle. It's not a structural, but that's the last rotates down. Stopped in that area. So 29 to 01, buy 1. 17 to 21, buy 2. We do have news that can move the markets, and then we have potential surprises coming from WikiLeaks today. Gold was off a little bit. Crude oil was off a little bit. Gold was up on the WikiLeaks or the FBI's announcement on Friday. You can see that right there. So the 2-letter ledge is at 83s. So we have 80 to 83 is probably pretty stout resistance right now. And on the support side, my guess is 70 to 72. So 70, 72 buy 1. 65, 67 buy 2. On the sell side, London's high is 77. We're at 74, so we'll make 77, 80, sell 1. 83, 85, sell 2. The euro is lower. A big earthquake in Italy, and it's when you see some of the pictures, it's really surprising that no one was killed. They lost a lot of antiquity. Buildings have been around for a long time that are now rubble. The worst news out of the EU was German retail sales off 1.4%. They were looking for a positive number. So the selling started in Globex and it has continued overnight. We're on the lows right now. 109.50 buy 1. 109 and a quarter buy 2. On the sell side, 110 even, sell 1. And then 15 to 25, sell 2. Basically, we're going to play round numbers today. Okay, as we've stated for a long time, Iran would be open and amenable to production cuts by others, but they're not going to participate. We've had Iraq come out and say they're not going to participate. Nigeria and Libya, because they have had a lot of lost production, have said they're not going to participate. So right now, according to the article that I posted this morning, OPEC production is about 33.4 million barrels per day. In September, they said they would cut it to 32.5 or 33. And Saudi Arabia pledged that they would be happy to take 400,000 barrels off of, which would take it to 33 if they could get some agreement from the others. And they haven't been able to get it, so crude is down over the weekend and overnight off of that news. So we're at 48.28. Stops below 48 look pretty good. And we have a low volume number at 47.50. So 47.50, 47.75 by 1. And then buy 2, we'll go for stops below 47. On the sell side, 48.50, 48.75, sell 1. 49 even, 49 and a quarter, sell 2. Okay, the E-mini subject is WikiLeaks spikes. The street has been 100% behind the election of Hillary Clinton. And again, we've talked about it many times. The carry trade, crony capitalism, the 5 major broker-dealers all want Hillary in because the game stays the same, and their ability to influence decisions out of Washington, D.C. stays the same. And they've got the checkbook, and the politicians want the money. No more so than the Clinton Global Initiative and Bill Clinton, which comes in and enriches Hillary too. So the selling that we had on Friday took the market down to 21.13. Globex has a low at 15. You can see the spill that came on the news in I period. We're in the 35 area. So right now, just structurally, 35 to 40 is pretty good resistance. Get through that, then it's 45 to 50. And on the buy side, has some buying at 19 down below. And we're currently at 27. We definitely are dealing with a P. The rally started in Asia, so if we put all of this together, we're still dealing with a P, so we have a chance to trade it higher and get back up to where the news hits. Now, when a major piece of news hits, somebody is willing to make market all the way down. And the tendency for go with markets is to go back and retest the start of a new distribution. So I'm going to put a question mark at 30. But we're going to put 34, 36 to pick up this area up here as sell 1. Then back to our 39 to 41, which is treated as pretty well. Question mark is at 30. 30, can we get through 30? And we may not be able to. So we have the start of this distribution here, and that's what that plays for. But we have to be very cognizant of what happens at 21.30. And right now, if you were going to put a resting limit order like a local of old, you'd have a fade order at 21.30 and a quarter, a tick inside that high. And if you're wrong, you lose 3 ticks. And that's an attitude that we have to develop. If I'm wrong, I lose 3 ticks. No big deal. Not the end of the world. We'll get back to it. We have some buying here at 25. Then we have some pretty good buying against 20. So the issue is, can we take out 20? And I'm going to play for a 2022 buy. And we'll put a question mark at 25. We have news this morning that is, if as forecast, would be favorable for the indexes. So if personal spending comes in up 0.5, that should help the market a little bit. Okay, personal income up 0.2. Personal spending up 0.5. Core PCE plus 0.2. And that's the Fed's favorite inflation marker. Chicago PMI 54.3. And Dallas Fed, who knows? It won't play. But Dallas Fed last time was minus 3.7. So the news, if as forecast, would be supportive for indexes economically. And the news spikes today probably come from WikiLeaks, and I have no idea when they put those out or how they hit the market or if in fact they are coming. I still am absolutely amazed that Julian Assange is still alive. You don't cross the power structure like he is without sticking your neck out a little bit. Okay, it's going to take a bit to get everything up and posted. I'm going to get busy with it. I'll be back with you as soon as possible.